You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
I'm about to create a whole bunch of new liners. Not that they're bad, they're staples. We've had them for years, but some of them for 18 years. But when I just can't help but talk along with them, we got problems. Infowars.com, exactly what I was talking about. It's not going to be the Japanese model where they're putting all their money into humanoid robots. They think that's the next car thing, sell those to every home. Yeah, money-wise, sales-wise, that's important. But the globalists will just clone those real fast. The Western system is go with smart meters, AI systems to seize control of every appliance, every automobile, everything, and run your life. Here it is, Infowars.com from Oxfam and the UN. This is breaking at Infowars.com. UK government announces plan to remotely control vehicles, state to seize control of cars via Wi-Fi to hack your car. Government to hack your car and take control of it. I mean, that's the real headline. See, InfoWars is always watering things down because reality is much worse than even my reporters can come up with. People say, oh, stop exaggerating. Okay, there aren't just hundreds of cancer viruses in many vaccines. There's thousands, okay? I mean, you know, it's worse than I said. UK government announces plan to remotely control vehicles, state to seize control of cars via Wi-Fi sensors to reduce traffic congestion and global warming. And then it goes through. The cars are already robot, all the new ones. I told you, and they're going to tax you. It's here. Leanne, boom, the robot takeover.
It's just unbelievable. What does that even mean? They're going to take over the car to...
Go read the article.
But you can't have traffic congestion for global...
It's for the Earth. It's for the Earth.
Yes, got to save the Earth. Go kill yourself. Stop breathing.
Let's go to the conclusion of the interview. You got it'll all be edited with B-roll, really powerful tonight on the Nightly News. But let's go back to more of the writer of the best-selling book, AI. Here it is.
Is there any way to control some of the systems that are already growing?
So that's a great question. I think the issue of autonomous weapons is a very immediate one, in some ways much more immediate than the kinds of things we've just been talking about. And my own view is that it's a mistake to think just about replacing current functions that are done by humans with machines. So right now we have drones, but the targeting decisions are made by a human who is getting the remote video feed from the drone, and the human identifies the target and the human pulls the trigger. And so people are talking about, is it acceptable to replace that particular function with a computer program? And the argument then focuses on accuracy and moral agency and liability and responsibility, and whether it exactly fits the Geneva Convention and issues like that. And that argument is playing out right now in the United Nations. So it will get resolved one way or the other, and that's the right place. I think the collection of nations of the world need to decide on what kinds of military capabilities are actually allowable. Yeah. But the reason I think it's a mistake is because it assumes that everything remains the same, that we just replace an existing human function with an algorithm or a machine and nothing else changes. But in fact, if you have autonomous weapons, you're going to have an arms race of autonomous weapons.
There you go. He really gets into the powerful stuff now. This will all be on the Nightly News tonight, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. But Leanne, I wanted to give you 1 minute to finish up.
Right. Well, obviously, the autonomous weapons, a lot of people who are involved in this AI, they want to be able to take this further, but they are saying we need common sense, we need ethics. And I'm also going to talk about on the news tonight something that's even more pressing, much sooner than 2045 as has been predicted. No idea what humans in the transition period are going to do for jobs. It is going to be a job.
Well, that's the problem. The globalists are engineering it to make us obsolete and saying it. So the scientists and the writers saying, we don't know what to do, we've got to talk about it. The plan's already been made to get rid of us.
Yeah, and the economists, they all want to know, what do we do? But they have no solutions, no answers.
Well, they ought to read what the transhumanist eugenicists are saying. They're going to kill everybody.
Well, that's the thing that's...
Got to talk to Bill Joy or read his article.
And the robots can do it because they have no compassion, no care.
Leanne McAdoo, you'll be hosting the news tonight, 7 o'clock Central. Great job. We'll be back with Joe Curl for the Washington Times.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet. The knowledge of the ancients, tried and true, trusted herbs and extracts fused with the latest nutraceutical science. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. For the last 2 years, our team has been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to develop the ultimate nutraceutical formulation. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. For a limited time, get 25% off on this introductory offer. Visit AncientDefense.com or call 888-253-3139. AncientDefense.com.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. It's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I'm here in space. I'm looking down on you. Mine is a trace.
Well,
Everything you do.
I was up in Dallas one time visiting family, staying in a hotel, and right there in the middle of the restaurant bar comes walking over Joe Curl, who I had met up in D.C. once covering Bilderberg. And Joe Curl has been up there for 30 years, I guess, or so in D.C. He doesn't look that old, but he's been there with the Washington Times, you name it. He was there when the Drudge Report basically started and was involved really since the beginning of it at the Washington Times, working back and forth with the Drudge. Now he has launched his own big site over at the WashingtonTimes.com, Right Read. And that's Joseph Curl. And I wanted to get him on because I don't want to call him really an insider. He just is up there on Capitol Hill every day. You know, he's covering the White House. He's got the inside scoop, not the state-run media angle. And I got to tell you, the Washington Times just gets better and better. You can say what you want about who started it or whatever. The point is they cover, you know, the Pentagon training to take on the Tea Party. They cover Fast and Furious. They cover Benghazi Gate. It's DrudgeReport.com, the WashingtonTimes.com, WorldNetDaily.com, you know, Drudge, InfoWars. That's really about it, and that scares me. It's good to see more and more sites out there starting to cover some of these issues, but it's just scary sometimes to realize how few big sites there are that will actually tackle stuff that's painful for both political parties. The world, it seems, is being set on fire right now. Major destabilization. Obama has said again that the world's never been more stable under his leadership. He also says 2 + 2 = 5, and that you can keep your doctor, and that raising the debt limit doesn't raise the debt limit. I know I say that pretty much every day, but it's just repeating the craziness. RightRead.com will take you to the subsection of the Washington Times. Well, it's affiliated with a lot of different organizations. He'll explain it all to us because I don't want to butcher the facts here, but it's an excellent site. He's an American writer and political columnist. He ran and worked with the Drudge Report for years. He covered politics for 25+ years, 12 years as White House correspondent for the Washington Times, columnist for the Washington Times, as well as editor of RightRead.com, RightRead.com. So explain to me, before we get into all these topics, where are the big establishment Republicans going? Can they weather the storm, allowing open borders, allowing Obamacare to continue? What's going to happen there? What's the big summit of Republican candidates Saturday? What does that mean that you covered? What'd you pick up there? We'll also talk about immigration and where potential political candidates stand. And we'll also talk about Obama and what he's going to do in his last 2 years in office. We just passed that Rubicon last week. But first, tell me about the new news website.
Well, thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Well, that's quite an introduction. And I was thinking about that the other day, our night in Dallas. You remember what we ended up doing?
What did we end up doing? Oh, crashing Dick Cheney's party.
The Karl Rove party, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, Dick Cheney was there.
Of course, that's right, Dick Cheney was there. They wouldn't let us in. They saw you coming from a mile away.
That was fun. And, of course, we didn't have anything to drink, though.
Yeah, that's right. We did. We just drank lemonade all night.
Absolutely.
So Red Read, yes, new site, exciting. Did 4 years at Drudge, and it was fantastic. Had a great time there. Learned a lot. Drudge is a great guy, and it was just time for me to break out and do my own thing. It'll never be the size and power of the Drudge Report, as you know, is huge and enormous. But
he links to your stuff. That's the amazing thing about Drudge. I mean, he supported Breitbart when he left. He's supporting you. He just really is all about the information. In a media system full of egomaniacs, he's the opposite.
That's right, and that's why he links to you guys too. I mean, he loves your work. He knows that you guys are breaking stories. He knows that the liberal media is, poo-pooing you guys and talking about conspiracy whack jobs out there, but he knows that you're getting to the real stuff, so that's why he likes you guys so much as well. Well,
that's what you're doing. Tell us about RightRead.com and what it's affiliated with, because I may have gotten some of that wrong. I just visited the site. I don't know all the details. And then let's get into the news.
Yeah, I mean, it's connected to the Washington Times. They were kind enough to offer me a help starting it and running it and access to all their readers and everything, so I took them up on it. I've been there for just about 20 years now, on and off with them, doing all kinds of different things, and still loyal to the great Washington Times. I think you're right. I think they're getting better and better, and they're coming on. They've got all kinds of new guys going, and it's really going to be exciting 2016 with the kind of stuff they're doing. So my idea really is to try to get people another place to go for information. I think what's happening in the world today is on the internet and the media. There's so much stuff, and it's hard to get through it all. My idea is to do what I did so well at Drudge, which is to read everything so that you don't have to. I will read everything. I'm reading hundreds of stories a day, and then I'm picking 50 or 60 stories to say, here's what you can't miss. Here's what you got to read today. So that's my idea, and I'm assuming people are going to go and read Drudge, and hopefully they'll click over to me and take a look at what I'm doing as well, because there's so much stuff out there that it can become overwhelming. You read a lot of these sites, and it's just a nonstop stream of stuff. And the way the media jumps on things, they're on something for a little bit, then they're off it. They're quick hitting things like crazy and then jumping to the next thing. Nobody's really following through on what's really going on. So
exactly. And speaking of Benghazi, maybe we should go there first. Judicial Watch got these new documents. And as your headline shows, the White House is now walking back their previous lies. Will they get away with this, and what do the documents show?
Well, it's been a shocking day on the Hill with these guys, because they're really saying, they've been walking these documents. I mean, we're talking about something that happened more than 2 years ago, and Congress still doesn't have the documents they've asked for time and again. These guys literally had the gall to stand up there